Greetings, beautiful ones, and welcome. This is Nazan in Marashian, Love and Heart, Art, deep dive into tools for empowerment and healing. In this episode, we're diving deep into the secrets of living an empowered life filled with self-love and purpose, and ways in which embracing self-love puts us on our path. Many of us struggle with self-doubt, negative self-talk, and the feeling of not being enough. I've been through it. We all have. Yet, I found that embracing self-love is the key to living an authentic and empowered life. This has been my journey, and I'm really excited to be sharing some of the practices that I found useful and my embodiment of living a purpose-filled life through the lens of self-love. I have said this many times, and I feel that it can't be shared enough. Self-love is the foundation of everything. When we truly love and accept ourselves, we cultivate a deep sense of worthiness and compassion, not just for ourselves, but then to others. Self-love allows us to set healthy boundaries and make choices that align with our values and pursue our passions unapologetically. Self-love enables us to have fulfilling relationships and chase our dreams. It allows us to make a positive impact on the world around us because we're coming from a place of high value for ourselves and our self-worth. So much of the troubles that I have faced myself and what I have seen and noticed in the collective stems from a lack of self-love and self-worth. Yet, once we turn our attention to loving ourselves, so much toxicity falls away, because when you love something, you honor and nurture it, you value it. And imagine how much your life will transform when you love and honor yourself first and foremost. And it's a lifelong journey. And it begins with self-awareness. To take time to understand your strengths, values, and desires is the first step. And practicing self-compassion by treating yourself first with kindness and forgiveness, as you would a dear friend. We often override and forget ourselves in the race to serve and be of value to others. And yet we lose that fundamental grounding, because then it's an external validation of that sharing and that giving. But self-love, true self-love, allows you to move from within that space of acceptance internally, and surrounding yourself with positive influences and practicing gratitude for all that you have is a simple way of tapping into that. And it's not about being perfect, but it's about accepting and embracing your authentic self and loving every part of who you are. Practicing self-love can lead you into alignment with your purpose and living a life of authenticity and joy, because you're not trying to prove anything to anyone, and you're tapping into what lights you up. I often get asked this, as a teacher of teenagers, how do I know when I'm on track, or how do I know when I'm on purpose? And discovering your purpose can be a profound and transformational journey. When you begin by accessing, and reflecting on what your passions and values are and what activities bring you joy, rather than fitting into a mold of what your family of origin or society and culture deems to be the path for your purpose and happiness. And, really tapping into those activities or those moments where you lose track of time, and you're so present with what you're doing, that thing is the indicator of your purpose, of where you're going to be channeling your energy, and experimenting with different hobbies and courses and interests, that light you up, helps to uncover what that is. And really, the key here is not to be afraid to let go of societal expectations and have the courage to really follow your heart's calling, and undoubtedly you will succeed. And of course, our purpose evolves over time. It changes throughout our life. So not being fixed on something, just as love expands and grows, the more we learn about ourselves, the more we open to new possibilities and lead with the heart, then there's a realization, and I've had this, and I've said this many times, and I've experienced this many times, there is never a time when I'm not on purpose or on track, because every event, experience, person, or thing is leading us into the spiral of self-reflection, self-discovery, and self-mastery. And remember that living an empowered, authentic life filled with self-love and purpose is within reach. It's right there. You can change your whole life in a day. You can change your whole way of thinking and being in a moment. And it starts with a small steps, self-reflection, and a commitment to prioritize your own well-being and loving yourself. And knowing that you are worthy and capable and have the power to create a life that aligns with your true self once you acknowledge and see that self. It is not an easy road to be a human being. There are a lot of triggers, there are a lot of distractions on this path to self-love and mastery, because we're not taught how to do that. But this is the time, and this is the moment to break those conditioned beliefs, limiting beliefs that your worth exists outside of you, because it doesn't. The fact that we are here, the fact that we wake up every day, even this moment now, sharing this with you and you receiving it, and the gratitude that I feel in that is putting us in our purpose and aligning us with our truth and our authenticity. Wisdom is simple. It's the ego that complicates things, really. And that inner critic that tells us that this is not enough, that I must do, achieve, I must suffer for my success. No, darlings. It can be however you want it to be. Framing our purpose based on our self-love and how much we love and honor ourselves then sets up the tone of how the experiences unfold around us. So if I carry a belief that only through suffrage and hard work can I find value in what I do, and that is how I frame, how I receive love, then I will meet many challenges on my path to success. My success is inevitable because I want it. And yet I can have that same success with ease, with flow, with joy, with surrender, with magical synchronicity if I love myself in that way and believe that my worth is owed to me as a birthright, that there's nothing I need to do. The sheer miracle of my existence and tapping into that deep source, that well of love within me, then lines up that experience for me to have a life that is really beautiful, bountiful, inspirational. And in these last few months in particular, I've really felt that. Really paid mindful attention to loving and honoring me and allowing the best possible outcome for what I want to achieve to magnetize itself to me. Very little push energy. There's still work to be done. There's action steps to be completed. But there isn't this feeling of suffrage. There is, of course, physical exhaustion and, just dealing with life stuff. But on a core soul level, I have found this expansion into self-love of Nazan in Marashian has really removed so many obstacles, and it feels like this is actually the default setting of our existence. Yes, well, that's all I have to share at the moment. I hope you found this inspirational and practical. And remember to keep loving yourself. And really, you're never not on your path. You're doing great. If you want to get in touch with me for any one-on-one sessions on putting some of these tools into practice, you can reach me on my Instagram and or website, nazaninmarashian.com, @nazaninmarashian. Well, until next time, beloveds, and you are my beloveds, I love you all so much. Thank you for listening. This is Nazan in Marashian, Love and Heart, Art.